Hi, I'm Eric Blackman with EEMusicLIVE. I received a message from a viewer concerning a video that I posted called How to Play Amazing Chords Using 2 Fingers. Let me read it to you. To EEMusicLIVE, I've been searching on the internet for basically just that. 2-finger chords and 1-finger chords, bar chords, etc. And this is difficult. There are a group of us injured in various combat situations and either have only our thumb, first, and second finger or can use only those. Could you post or suggest something that uses thumb, first, and second finger? We keep hearing that it's possible, but we can find nowhere to learn. In order for us to overcome this disability and play guitar, banjo, and mandolin and rise above it all, we need to find all the 1- and 2-finger chords that there are, or a way to adapt. I know you must be very busy, but if you find the time to address this, it would be most welcome. Mark. Well, Mark, I've done some research, and I hope that what I have found will help. This tutorial is dedicated to all the brave men and women who served in our military. Thank you for your service. Here we go again. Hi, today I'm going to show you how to play a bunch of chords on the guitar using 1 finger. Now you may use your index finger, your thumb, or your second finger, depending on which one is better for you. Which one you can use will also depend on where the chord is on the fretboard and how the chord is made. First, we're going to start with C and go through. We're going to be starting with C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, so on. Go through the scale. Starting with C. Okay, so our first chord is C major. Everybody needs a C major chord. So we're going to go to the first fret, put a finger on the B string at the first fret, and that's C. Now how we're going to have to play it is we're going to have to use some isolation on some of these. So we're going to have to isolate these 3 strings. Those 3 strings give you a C chord when you put your finger on the first fret. That's C. Okay, we get another C chord when we go to the 5th fret and bar it like that. Now we're going to have to isolate on this one the D, G, B string. D, G, and B. Okay, so there we go. Starting with the D string strumming down. And we don't want to play the high E for that one to get a pure C. Like that. Okay, that's also a C major chord. Now, to get C6, we're going to strum the E string also. So we get this. That's C6. And you've probably heard C6 used like this. So we've got a C6 and we just moved it down the fretboard there. That's a C6. Okay, now let's go to some minor chords in the key of C. So we're going to have to go to the 8th fret and bar these 3. If we go to the 8th fret and bar the G, B, and E string, we get a C minor chord. Okay? Alright, now if we want a C minor 7, we just move up to and add the D string in the mix, okay? Throw the D string in there. Now we've got a C minor 7. Okay? Okay, so that's our C minor 7, and we can also thumb that one. Have to cover them all. C minor 7. Alright, now let's do an open C chord, which is a C6-9. You start from the A string, low E, don't play the low E string. You start from the C and go down. And that's a C6-9. We can also do that at the 12th fret. Go to the 12th fret, hold it down with 1 finger. And that is a C6-9. You might not run into that much, but that's kind of an interesting chord to have in your arsenal if you do run into a C6-9. Now let's move on to the D chords. First we're going to do a D major. Now D major is going to be at the 7th fret, and we're going to hold it down like this. And we're going to be using the D, G, and B strings to play that. That's our D chord. Remember, C was at the 5th fret. D is at the 7th fret. D major. Also, to get a D6, we're going to include the E string. It has the same effect. And that is a D6. D minor is going to be at the 10th fret. And those three, the three bottom strings, starting with the G string going down. D minor 7, go up to the D string. That's D minor 7, and that's at the 10th fret. Alright, an easier chord. Let's do a D suspended 2-4. That's at the 3rd fret on the B string, and we're going to strum from the D string down. That's a D suspended 2-4. Move down to the 1st fret and you get a D7 suspended 4. Nice chord there. D7 suspended 4, strumming from the D string down. Now if we go to the 2nd fret and hold down the bottom 3 and strum from the D string, we get a D major 7. Listen to that. That's beautiful. D major 7. Alright, on to the E chords. Now E major is going to be found up at the 9th fret, and we're going to be holding down the D string, G string, and B string for that. That's our D, that's our E, an E major chord at the 9th fret. Now E6 or E major 6 would be like that. That's E major with a 6 added. So you call that E6 or E major 6. Okay? And that was at the 9th fret. Now E7, we're going to go down here to the 1st fret, put our finger on the G string, 1st fret, strum that from the D string, and that's an E7. Alright? Now if we want an E minor chord or an E minor, we're going to go up to the D string, 2nd fret, put our finger there, strum from that point, and we get a pure D minor. E minor. We get an E minor chord by strumming at the 2nd fret from the D string. That's E minor. Now if we want E minor 7, we're going to move up to the A string, 2nd fret, and that's E minor 7 right there. Let's do something interesting with the E minor. We're going to go to the 2nd fret, strum from the D down. That's an E minor right there. We're going to move down 1 fret, and we get an E minor major 7, and then we open that up for an E minor 7. Okay, so that was E minor, E minor major 7, and E minor 7, and then we come back to A right there at the 2nd fret, and that sounds a little bit like Stairway to Heaven. There's a lady who knows all that glitters is gold. See there? So there are things that we can play right away with these chords. Okay, that was, again, that was E minor, E minor major 7, and E minor 7, and A. Right there. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next bunch. We've still got an E minor up at the 12th fret. We can do E minor up here, just like that, and E minor 7 at the 12th fret by starting from the D string down. That's E minor 7 playing from the D string, E minor playing from the G string, and the same thing applied down here at the open strings. That's E minor, and that's E minor 7.